Hello. I'm super excited to be here, and I'm going to get ready to get started and talk to you a little bit about my Seint journey and introduce myself. I am crazy nervous, you guys. So bear with me as I go through this. I have never presented or talked to this many people ever, so we'll see how it goes. But my name is Danielle Norris, and I am a Seint artist. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my story, share my journey with you guys. I see Casey's on here. Hey, Casey. And I am an open book. So if you, hi, Brandy. I'm so proud of my tribe. Gosh, you guys know how to make me feel good. Okay, so if you have questions at any point, please ask them because I totally should have been prepared, and today has just gone sideways, y'all. So we're just gonna wing it because that's how I do stuff these days, and I'm loving it. So I'll let everybody hop on. If you're hopping on, if you just want to say hi and maybe share where you're from, that can give me some context of where we have viewers. Like I said in the beginning, if you have questions, feel free to throw them out there. And I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so I'll just tell you how my day's gone while people log on, because, you know, if you ever see any of my lives, it's always going to go sideways. There's always something. I've actually kicked my husband and my kids out of the house for the evening because usually little people make an appearance. Sometimes they are clothed. Usually they are always complaining, and I often just smile and do my contour class through it and then like totally lose my mess on them later. Not really, but you know, they're little, they're cute, but little people can be crazy, y'all. If you have little kids at home, you know what I'm talking about. So today, just some background about me. I guess I'll start there. I'm kind of a butterfly. But I am a director of an alternative high school. So that is my full-time job. I have done that job for about a year now, but I have worked in education since I got out of college and was 21. So when I was 21, I started teaching high school. I never really wanted to be a high school teacher. I went to school and was an English major and decided that I was going to be a writer and move somewhere really cool. I grew up in a small town in Virginia by the water, by the Chesapeake Bay. And so when I went away to college, I swore I was never coming back. And I came back. So there was a recession when I graduated, and I had an education minor, and a job in education hopped up. And my parents said, take it and stay at home and work and earn money. And I was like, why would I want to do that? But I did, and I fell in love with it. So the point of this, there's a point to this story, right? I totally jumped into teaching. I didn't really have a lot of experience with it. I do believe in taking risks and kind of jumping outside of your comfort zone for the for betterment of whatever purpose you're serving. So I did that, and I absolutely fell in love with teaching high school English, and I did that for about 5 years. And my superintendent asked me to go to graduate school to be a principal, and I distinctly remember laughing at him, and I was like, excuse me, what? And he said, I think you'd be great. And I was like, okay, well, I appreciate the compliment, but have a good day. I have a class in a couple minutes. And he said, we'll pay for it. Pay for most of it. And so I'm a sucker for a bargain. I don't know if anybody else is. So I thought about it. I thought, okay, I can do this. I can make this work. So I did. And then I just knew too much. And so I decided to become a principal. And then after about 3.5, 4 years of that, I decided to take a new challenge on. And right before COVID hit, and apply for a job as a director of an alternative program. So my point is, I love what I do as a full-time job, but I am definitely a jump in with 2 feet kind of person. I know I'm a minority in that. I do like comfort and controlled chaos, but I am a firm believer in like pushing yourself to your limits and really finding out what those limits are. And so I've found I've learned a lot about myself in that process. So ironically, when the world shut down in March, we educators were working from home in Virginia for a period of time. And then all through April and through May, and I was going straight up crazy, crazy. So I have a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, and they're both girls. Y'all can just pray for me. Okay. And I have a husband. So I don't know anybody else who has a husband, but mine is I love him dearly and he's a wonderful man, but sometimes it's like having a third child. So, and I'm 35, so 34, just round up, might as well. Right. It's just the kind of year we're having anyway. So, but that's what goes on at my house on a regular day. And so I was sitting at my house and I thought, I'm bored. I'm straight up bored, y'all. And my friend Brandy, who was on here and I love dearly, sent me a message and she said, hey, I'm having this mascara, which formerly known as Seint, formerly known as Maskcara, not like Prince, y'all. She said, I'm having this party and check it out. And so I said, oh, I've seen something like this. There's this Instagram beauty blogger, Harmony Bows. I follow her. My hairstylist told me about her. Like, I think she uses this makeup. I'm like, what is this? And she's like, well, a friend of mine uses it. Let's just check it out. So she threw a contour class. Y'all, I watched those posts for like a couple days and we were texting back and forth and she ordered stuff and I ordered stuff. And within like 24 hours of placing an order, I emailed Shannon Saunders, who was the party artist. And I said, don't think I'm nuts, but I think I want to do this. Not like I don't have enough to already do, right? But I was like, I think I want to be an artist. And she was like, no, I don't think you're nuts. I think that's great. You know, let me know, you know, what I can do to support you. Here's a bunch of training stuff. Let's get you set up. And my friend Brandy signed up too. So I had a phone call, sorry. We're kind of doing this together and that's really exciting and really cool. And so just making sure this is on Do Not Disturb. And so that has been a huge bonus to being on this, is the support team of women that has naturally come with being an artist. In addition to being able to do it with one of my best friends, I also have built this incredible group of women on a team and have been able to connect with other teams, which is just unreal. So here I was, early May, decided to be an artist, didn't even have my first order of makeup yet, ordered my kit directly behind it, and actually I ordered my kit and then I went to my husband and I like felt him out. Like, does anybody else just kind of like dance around things? So I was like, hey, there's this makeup. And he was like, yeah, you told me you were going to order some new makeup. And I said, yeah, so there's like this company and it's great. And the mission is all about like, not only like teaching women to feel beautiful, but like helping them discover their own beauty. And so I just kind of went through the whole mission and talked about what the company was about and like spelled out my research. And he was so supportive. He's like, if that's what you want to do, go for it. And so I'm rationalizing it, right? I was like, well, if it doesn't work out, then I have only lost like X amount of dollars, but I have all this cool makeup and I probably would have spent that at Ulta in the next couple months anyways. And if it does work out, like, that's something I didn't know I could do. And he was like, go for it. So I was like, great, because I already did. So of course he laughed and he knew that. And he was like, well, I know you don't ask questions that you don't already have answers to. And I'm like, touche, I do not. So I waited for my kit to come and it was, oh my gosh. Like, you have those moments where like angels are dancing and there's bells ringing and chimes and like, oh, right. So I opened my kit and like the most beautiful packaging and all these colors and tins, and my kids were excited and we're going through stuff. And then I put on the makeup for the first time and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So I was the girl who collected stuff and hoarded stuff. Like I've said in the beginning, I'm in education, y'all. I am no makeup artist. And so I ended up using the makeup, loving it so much that I took hundreds of dollars of hoarded old makeup and straight up threw it in the trash. And it went against everything that I believe as a human to like throw money away. But I thought, there are things in here that I have not used. There are lipsticks in here that I put on my kid for a dance 2 years ago that I'm holding on to. Why? I don't know. There are blushes and like illuminating powders and all these other things that are like cramming up this drawer, and now I have these awesome little tins that I can pop into compacts, and it's all right there. And it's everything I want. It's not all the extra stuff that I feel like I need to hold on to because I spent money on it. I spent money on the things that I actually want and I can use. And so when I got into that kit, I started playing around. I found that I love the makeup even more than I thought I was going to love it. So from then on, I started to just build a team. So like I said from the beginning, I'm that person that jumps in with both feet. And if I don't know how to swim, I'm going to teach myself. So I just started this momentum. And for anybody who is new or anybody who is considering the artist program, momentum is the key to your success. So early on, when I started booking parties, it was my goal to book at least one, if not two parties from every party I had. And I was spacing them out each week. And then that momentum grew and it grew and it grew and it grew. And in Virginia, there weren't a lot of girls, and there still aren't a lot of girls selling Seint. So I felt like it was an advantageous market. And even though my friend and I lived in the same community, which is a super small community, we still had a huge market and we weren't stepping on each other's toes at all. And so within like 2 weeks, another girl who lived close said, "Hey, I think I want to be on the team." And I was like, "Come on." So we got her signed up, her launch. She's done great. And that team has continued to grow and continue to be built since May. And I now have 11 girls, which doesn't maybe seem like a lot to some, and it might seem like a lot to others. To me, it's a number I am perfectly happy with, because I just want every single person to be successful, to find success, to find joy, to find passion. And that's why I do this. So I always tell people, I am an artist because I love this makeup. It is affordable. It is easy to apply. It is flawless. I do not look like this underneath all of this makeup. I don't, right? I don't look bad, because I do believe that you should feel beautiful. But this makeup is unreal. Like, it really truly is the unicorn of beauty. So I just believe in every ounce of it. And so when I decided that I was going to go all in, I went all in. So that's why I do it. I always tell people, I'm going to be honest with you. I am not a salesy person. I'm just not. I don't have it in me. But what I have found is that I'm highly competitive and I'm self-driven. So I never thought of myself as a competitive person ever. And then all of a sudden I started this momentum of parties, and then it was like a game to myself. Like, I kept thinking, how many more things can I book? How many more events can I do in a week? All while keeping in mind that I did go back to work full time, and I still had 2 children and a husband. So we stayed very busy. And so what I was able to accomplish, and my kind of driving goal, was that I qualified for a trip to Costa Rica. That was it's all inclusive and paid for by Seint, which blows my mind to even think that is possible. I would watch people in direct sales post about these trips, and usually they were like uber famous people. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, that's for famous people. Not for people like me in a town of 5,000 people. So when I started getting close to that goal, and I realized, hey, this is actually like a real thing that you can do, it just kept being a challenge. Like, I just kept pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself. And I loved it. And I stick with this company and I stick with these products because I believe in them so much. And additionally, it's been a game changer, and I wouldn't want to do anything else. And I always tell myself, as long as this is fun, I'm going to keep doing it. So today, here's a little comic relief. And y'all, I want to tell you, I'm 14 minutes into this. I had no idea what I was going to say. And I truly thought, for those of you who've seen videos with me before, my ring light falls every dang time. Every time. I don't know why. It just doesn't like me. It usually like takes out my whole table. So it hasn't fallen yet. That's a plus. And when I told my husband, I was like, I'm supposed to like talk and share. And he was like, just talk really slowly. I said, people are going to think I'm weird, which I am weird and that's fine, but they're gonna think I'm even weirder than I am. So I busted out laughing. So I don't need to talk that slow. But as I'm talking, if you're hopping on and you have questions, please give me something so that I can answer them and talk about something else. Or if you just want to throw in a comment there, that's cool too. But I totally got distracted. I think I was telling you. Oh, I was talking about like how the day went. It was just insane. Like straight up insane. I got up this morning at 4:30 because my kids don't sleep ever. And if anybody has older children and they do sleep, please tell me how you do it. My kids don't sleep in my room, but they just get up all night long. So short of like giving them Benadryl, we've tried everything. But, so they were up all night. We've got a lot of family stuff going on. So that's another little hang up in the mix. But then I went to work. So like I said, I'm a director of an alternative program. I started with the new kids on Monday. We're in the middle of COVID. We're all kinds of like mitigation strategies and regulations and all kinds of fun stuff with that. So I've been managing all that. I literally ran around today all day. Like, let me see. I work an office job and I'm pulling up my activity steps because, you know, I should be sitting at the desk, but instead, I went 57,000 or 57,000. I don't teach math clearly. 5,739 steps today. So that's not bad for a desk job. But so I ran around all day long. And if you caught this in the beginning, I told you my background is in English. Though you might not know it because I'm kind of country and my words probably all mixed up most of the time. But so I went today. I'm trying to do some math remediation for people. So I decided it was a good idea to take like a crash course in probability statistics and data analysis with a teacher who teaches that every day. And I sat there for 2 hours and my brain was about to explode. So everybody has their own like things, right? So he's showing me this graph and I was like, a little point, like where it all meets. And he looks at me, he's like, the vertex. I said, that's the word. That's why you're smart. You teach this class. Like, I need those vocabulary words so I can remediate this group of kids to the best of my ability so that they are successful on whatever we're doing. So like I said, I jump in with both feet and make it work every single time. You have to make it work, y'all. So I did that. I picked up my 7-year-old from hybrid school. I then picked up my 4-year-old from her school. We went to ballet practice. I went to 2 different grocery stores trying to find things that they didn't have. I picked up dinner. We came home. We ate. I didn't wear makeup all day long. I put on some makeup. My hair, this is as good as it's getting, y'all. And I did my makeup around these fancy earrings because I bought these the other day at a little local boutique. And I put them on and I was like, holy schnoz balls, I cannot wear these because they're distracting. Like, this is insane. So I put on my regular earrings back. Put my regular earrings back on. And put these to the side. I will wear these for another fun event, but I just thought they were so cute and cool. Aren't they neat? I got them in navy too. So that's how the day has gone, and it's been disheveled and crazy, but it's kind of the way I run my business too. I mean, life happens. Everybody is busy. Some people have I don't even know what that is. It's itching my face. So many things. Some people have so many things going on, and I am here to tell you, if you are one of those people that you are sitting here thinking about what it would be like to be an artist and just loving this makeup, but just feeling like you don't have the time, like you just can't fit it in, you can fit it in because it is fun. And this is the highlight of my day, to be able to go through the regular things that I have to do in the day and sometimes the monotony of those tasks, to be able to, at the end of the night, color match, which sounds so foreign and weird, like to some people, but to sit there and look at pictures and color match people and give them advice and walk them through, you know, the success and the beauty of this makeup, or to do cool things like this. I mean, that's what makes it worth it. I will tell you guys, Sunday night, I was sitting with my family because we do family stuff all weekend. But I was sitting with my family and I was like, looked at my phone and my husband goes, "What's that face for?" I was like, what do you mean, what face? I don't make faces. Like, he started laughing. He was like, "You went," I was like, "No," I went, yeah, and he's laughing because I do. Like, I need one of those shirts that says, if my mouth doesn't say it, my face will. So I was like, I got a message from Rachel Jacobs. And he's like, "Who is Rachel Jacob?" And I said, "She is Kara's sister, like the founder of Seint." He was like, "Why would you do?" I said, "I don't know." Like, so I started to read it, and Rachel was asking me if I would hop on and share my Seint story. And my initial reaction was like, "Oh, no. Like, I don't have anything special to share." But then I started thinking, I guess everybody's journey is kind of unique. And how do you say no? Like, what a incredible opportunity to just talk. And if y'all know me, you know I love to talk. So I'll just keep it going, but I won't keep you here really long. So I said yes. And then, like I said, today has just been a train wreck. So I sat down and we're just making it work. But the whole point in this really is that you have to find your joy. You have to find your peace no matter what it is. I firmly believe in discovering your own happiness. And if you can't find it, you need to make it. For me, in May, I was just looking for something outside of being a wife and a mom and an administrator in a school division. All of which I felt like I did beautifully and well, and I was very proud of, and still am very proud of. But I was missing something. Like, I just felt I was missing something for me, you know, and it wasn't about anybody else. And I just wanted to see if I could do something new and be good at it. I don't know if you ever get to the point where you just feel like you do the same things over and over and you're good at them and people appreciate them, or sometimes they don't. But you get to the point where you just, it becomes habit. It doesn't become drive. And so I needed a drive. I thought, I don't want to spend the rest of my life just in monotony, doing the same things over and over and over. And if you have kids and you have education, you know that's not the truth, but just the concept of like, get up, go to work, make sure everybody's clean, healthy, happy, fed, like make sure I've washed my hair once a week and my shoes match. Like, you know, that's the way life is. But when I thought about this and I signed up to do this, that was my drive. And it still is my drive. And I know that walking into something with no makeup experience, no sales experience, I've never done anything in direct sales. Lord, I don't even know what MLM stands for half the time, y'all. You know, it's just, and I've been able to do this well. I mean, well in my own standards. And frankly, that's all that matters to me. So I'm proud of that. And to be able to talk to people and say, like, I did this for me and I did it well, that is enough for me. And like I said in the beginning, the product, it's not about, for me, it's not about selling product. It's about helping other women discover how easy beauty can be and helping them make sure that they are walking out of their house or they are sitting on their couch watching Netflix, eating popcorn, feeling beautiful. And you can do that with makeup. You can do that without makeup. But I just think that that is what keeps me doing this day in and day out and finding that joy. So if you have questions about the artist program, if you have questions about products, if you have questions about this crazy video that you've just looked at, don't hesitate to reach out. If it's about the video, reach out to me clearly. But if you have questions about products or ordering or artist information, reach out to the artists that you are associated with and touch base with them. I mean, another part of this is just to like continuously build a sisterhood and connect. I have I don't want to keep y'all here all night, so if I'm getting boring, just hop off. But I have always been a guy's girl. I have never been a girl's girl. I've always had girlfriends, like, I mean, friends that I've hung out with and that I've been close with, but I mean, those friends have kind of changed, like, through high school, and then I had a different group that I was really close with in college, and I'm still very close with my college girlfriends, but we live far away. We don't see each other all the time. We're in different stages of our lives. I had kids, and I have a few very close girlfriends that have kids. Who's like my teammate, so and we do stuff together. But I've never been one of those girls that has like 10 girlfriends and we take weekend trips and like, I have never been about that. My best friends and my closest friends have been those people who have been there, have seen the ugly. Y'all, you don't got a close friend till they've seen the ugly, okay? And my family, and I treasure that. But what I do love about Seint is that you have this built-in sisterhood, and it's not like sorority sisterhood, not that there's anything wrong with that. It is just this empowering group of people who are uplifting, who want you to be just as successful, if not more successful than they have been, and to be able to have a team behind you, cheering you on, saying, you've got this, you can do this, I'm proud of you, wow, great job. And seeing what these teams are able to achieve each month blows my mind. And honestly restores my faith in humanity. I'm like, there are good people out there, and they all work for Seint. Pretty much, if all of the Seint women could get together and run in a political office, I think we could change the world. I think it would be a much better place. Hands down, no question. So, I don't plan on running for political office, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. Like I said, I jump in with 2 feet. Really not in the future right now or on the cards, but I do think that Seint women would do a darn good job, just because we love making people feel good and teaching them, showing them, helping them discover how awesome they are, and we lift each other up. So there's been a whole lot of stuff in here, and it is Wednesday night. It is dark in Virginia. I don't know where you are, but I wish you the best. And if you have questions or you want to follow up, feel free to shout out, message me. I'm here. If you have questions about the artist program, definitely touch base with the person that you are a client of. And thanks for tuning in. See you guys later, and have a good night. Bye.